Hey folks, welcome back to Failure Retirement. So it's been a busy summer so far for Failure, but last weekend wasn't planning on going to an estate sale, but sometimes it's very helpful to be friends with the lady who owns one of the estate sales companies. So Friday morning, I was out stacking hay, just finished, and got a text from her with a couple pictures. Are you interested in this? And I said, yes, please. So I came home and darted right over to the estate sale. Pretty excited about this. So let me show you what I got. Hang on. So here we go. So this is the beginning of it anyway. And this is the most important part. So let's not get that confused. So these two trucks are made by a company called All American. Um, Most likely in the early 50s. I'm not an expert on All American or anything else, really, honestly. But All American made toys from about 47 until the mid to late 50s. These are later cabs um, made with a mold rather than sand cast. So I'm just going to go with early 50s to keep it simple. I've had an All American, maybe a couple All Americans on my channel before. I have two logging trucks. They were known for logging trucks, really. That's what they started out with. Salem, Oregon's timber country. And so they were known for their logging trucks. They, however, had three, four, maybe even five other trucks. And so these are two of them. I have never, that I can recall, seen either one of these trucks in the wild before. They are not very common at all. So let's get into it real quick. I'll show you a little bit about these. So there's some condition issues, obviously. Look at how huge this trailer is. Like there's the Smith Miller right behind it with the Dopke crane on it. And it looks tiny next to this truck, right? Look at the difference in size on the cab. And then this trailer is just huge, super long, super wide, really heavy. This trailer, I think, probably weighs 10 pounds at least by itself. This said cargo liner originally. New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Seattle. I've already looked. It looks like I can probably get new decals. So I might go ahead and paint it eventually. Part of the reason for that is I don't believe this cab is supposed to be green. I believe it's supposed to be white, and I'll show you one of the reasons why. Surprising there's no overspray in there, but I'm going to go ahead and say this cab was originally white. And the ones I have seen online before, they had white cabs. And then the dump truck, honestly, I don't remember, but it has a kind of semi-horrible repaint on it. The guy painted the tires, hubcaps, everything. I think he probably repainted this box and then got black overspray on it. Like there's some issues here, but it's pretty good. Like the hydraulics still work, and so a lot of the important stuff is there. So a guy has something to work with to redo it. These were known for their air horn steering. That was one of the things that was kind of their claim to fame, so to speak. This one's missing both the air horn and the mechanism. But again, All American is, I believe, somewhat still in business today. They went out of heavy production, like I said, in the mid 50s, late 50s. Company sold a couple of times. But I believe that the guy is still there today making parts. I hope. I'll find out sooner or later. So anyway, these two trucks were in the deal. I was super happy about that. So pretty nice trucks, and All Americans are very, very, very difficult to find. If you've been looking, you can see what I paid for them. I actually offered the estate lady more before she told me what she wanted for them. And after I made my offer, she told me 40 a piece, and I told her she was a great negotiator. So while I was there, I found some other stuff you guys might be interested in. So first up here, we've got a couple of Craftsman pre-68 sockets, square sockets. And then you've heard me talk about this before. So these are metric pre-1968. The earliest I can find metric in the catalog, just a quick look, so I could be wrong, 1960 was the earliest I could find metric in the catalog. So these pointed A, no part number. This is a pretty short run from around 60 to around 67. So then, of course, it was a 9-piece set, I think, because it came with a little tray. So, of course, it's missing the 10 millimeter and the 14 millimeter. I guess joke's on me for buying all the 10 millimeters I can find. Then we've got an Esco and an Industro, and then a group of Husky sockets, and then some sockets in the back with no name. But it was a Ziploc bag full of sockets for $10. There's 22 sockets that were in there. So I feel like I'm going to come out all right on that. I probably would have given that just for the metrics, honestly. And then we had just also had this pre-68 half-inch universal, which is nice and tight. That was $2. And then we had this little 4-inch Williams adjustable wrench. That was $4. In really, really nice condition. So I had a guy at the antique fair try to charge me, I think, $20 for not a Williams. I don't remember what it was, but it was a little 4-inch adjustable like that. So I was happy to pay $4 for the Williams. So anyway, there we have it. Some old tools and a couple of really, really neat old All-American trucks. So made failures day. Always pays to be friends with the estate sale lady. Alrighty, I appreciate you guys watching. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time on Failure Retirement.